I'll tell you a story. When I was probably around about the same age as the young ladies that watch Career Girls, somewhere between 10 and 13, I had friends in my community that we were friends, and I considered them friends. And there was an instance where we were in a car, and you young ladies may we used to call it he said, she said stuff, or gossip, right? So we were in a car at one point, and I was in a car with three other young ladies that I considered my friends. And there was an exchange that occurred, and they were asking me, they were, Alita, did you say, that I said XYZ about, so-and-so? And at that point I was like, yes. And so then the other one says, Alita, did you say that I said XYZ about so-and-so? I say, yes. Well, did you say that I said XYZ about so-and-so? Yes. Well, at that point, and I am not a violent person, but at that point I had had enough. And I decided that I was going to fight all three of the girls at once. Okay. Now, gratefully, my father was there at the time. And so he saw all of this go down, and he saw them running out of the car and me yelling and screaming and saying, I'm sick of you. You guys are making me, you're trying to make me out to be somebody I'm not, blah, 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 right? So he saw all of this go down, and he called me over to the side, and I'm furious at this time. And he took me to my room, quieted me down, and he was like, what's the problem? And I said, they're my friends. They're supposed to be my friends, and they're ganging up on me. I felt betrayed. And he taught me probably a lesson that was one of the greatest lessons in my life. He looked at me in the eye and he said, in life, he said, you have to know the difference between friends and associates. He said, your friends, he said, if you go through life and you have enough friends that you can count them all on one hand, you're a lucky person. He said, you're going to associate with many people in life. He said, but your friends are people who are going to believe in you. Your friends are people who you can trust no matter what. Your friends are people who are going to be there for you. They're going to stand up for you. They're going to tell you the truth when the truth needs to be told, even if it's a truth that you don't want to hear, because they love you and they care for you. They're going to support you. He said, those are your friends. And he said, if you find a good friend, he said, you got something. He said, that's a relationship that you nurture, that you take care of. You honor them. You give them all of the good that you have in you, because that's something to treasure. And you can't do that with everyone, and you can't depend on everyone in that way. You have to know who people are, and you have to honor who they are, but not everybody can be your friend. And that was a very important lesson for me at a very important time, because after that, I was able to choose my friends very differently. And I've been blessed. I think my friends are probably among the biggest blessings in my life.